You need people like me so you can point your fingers and say, that's the bad guy. What I make you? Good? You just know how to hide.
Hello everyone and welcome back. I bought a CGC graded comic book in possibly one of the worst times to be buying CGC graded comic books. Guys, I bought something on eBay and I had to pull the trigger. This is one of the books from my books I'm going to buy when the comic book market crashes. And we got one. So I'm going to unbox this thing. We're going to take a look at some of the data on this book and see what you guys think. All right, I have never bought from this seller before, so that's always a risk. Buying on eBay, had some good reviews. I trusted it. Let's see how it turns out. This is Strange Adventures number 180. DC Comics, September 1965, the first appearance of Animal Man. Bernard Buddy Baker. Dave Wood's story, Carmine Infantino and George Russo's art, Carmine Infantino and Murphy Anderson's cover. 6.5 off-white pages. So this is a book that if you guys have followed my channel for any length of time, you know I've been wanting this one. So this is a tough book to get in any grade because this isn't really a very common book, at least not from my experience. And a lot of times this book does not look great because one, half of the cover is black and then the other half of the cover is white, including a huge part of this where it has black on the spine. This is every bit of a 6.5. It has the QR code on the back, so we know this is a newly encapsulated book. The back of this book looks very, very good. This is a nice copy of this book. All right, so whenever I'm buying these books, I'm going to show you guys some of the things that I look up beforehand before I buy anything. But before I do that, I'm going to inspect this case to see if there's been any tampering. So the first thing I'm going to check is these pins in the corner. And it's just pathetic that I have to do this. But these look to be okay. And, you know, you have to think, is this really a book that a scammer is going to justify putting another book in there? I don't know. And this definitely looks like a 6.5. Yeah, so I think we're in good shape as far as that goes. All right, so the first thing I do is I look up the cert number, the certification number on CGC's lookup part of their website, and sure enough, Strange Adventures number 180, 6.5 off-white pages. That is the book in question, and then the grade date is 10/19/2022. I do now have the high resolution shots of the book, so a lot of all these issues kind of go out the window when we have all of that put together. And here we have some grader's notes. It's always nice to see that. Heavy spine stress lines to the cover, light scuffing to the cover, light tears to cover, moderate creasing to cover. 6.5, 29 books, and 131 graded higher. And this is where this book really, really shines. There is only 389 of these that have been graded. There is one 9.8, and there looks to be, there is a few higher than a 6.5. The most common grade higher than mine would be a 7.0, with 39 of them in the 7.0. So you start getting into those 8s, you've got a really, really rare book on your hands. But again, the most common grade I usually see of this book is like a 4 to a 5.0, which is pretty consistent with this data here. I'm going to look at some of the price data. I paid $390 for this book, plus the shipping and the taxes. So I think it came out to around like $425 or $430. The guy had it listed originally for $420, which even then, I would have probably bought that book for $420. The highest known value of this book is a CBCS 9.4 sold in 2016. And that sold for $2,390. Other sales data we see here, there's some raw copies, a 7.0, 8.5 raw copy sold for $285, but a fine copy, 5.0, 6.5 sold for $314. I never really trust those raw sales data. It's too hard to tell. Going over to the slab stuff, we see a 7.0 sell for $510 on November 15th. And then we see a 6.5 420. That's me, but I actually got it for $390. And then a 6.0 sold for $350, 1026. So, I'm right around, market value there. Nothing crazy. I don't think I got a steal on this book. I think I bought this book for what it is going for right now. A 6.5 over time. In 22, one sold for $216. Another one sold for $281. 2021, it sold for $312. See, this book is like all over the place. Back in 2019, it sold for $389. There's just not enough of these to have any consistent sales data. Now, if we go by these numbers, I overpaid for this book. I bought it for $390. I know it says $420, but that would be the closest thing it would be from 2019. If we look at the 6.0s, there we can see that one of them sold for $459 in 2021. The 5.0s, right around these numbers here. 4.0s around 125, 126, 150. 7.0s, you're looking at $500. Somebody got one for $400 earlier this year. And then here's some of the 8.0s. And then here's the 9.0s and 9.2s. This is when you're paying over $1,000 for this book. So as far as this book goes, I think I paid what it was worth, what the market value is, or maybe even a little bit over that. This book just does not come up for sale. Like when I went to Heroes Con earlier this year, I saw a few raw copies of this book. One copy looked similar to this, and they were asking just a ridiculous amount for this book. So I totally just walked away from that guy's booth. This book is going up on the wall. You're going to be seeing this a lot. I'm happy to own this. I think I did overpay a little bit, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles. I really wanted it. Guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If at any point in time you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you like this video, subscribe for more. Take care.